Here we go, Kev, spawning in the top left-hand corner. The red Protoss, all the way from China. It is IG Jim. A.K.A. James.
A.K.A. Chinese Scott.
His opponent down in the bottom right, the blue Terran player representing the Evil Geniuses. We call him aLive. Gotta say, the Thunderstick is a big hit here. WCS America Finals.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say like kind of gives me memories of the Vuvuzela in the World Cup. But that kept on going throughout the entire game. I'm very happy we only used the Thundersticks in the beginning and the end, and every now and then during a big fight. Otherwise, I think I'd be ready for a crazy place at the end of the weekend.
Gateway and then gas for Jim. aLive is going, I think, gas first. Gas and then barracks. So.
Last game it wasn't a Reaper opening, which surprised me a little bit. This time the refinery is really quick as well, but I think a Reaper opening is pretty damn good on Acclamation. You can be quite annoying with it. Certainly because Jim every now and then likes to skip the Zealot. He likes to take a little risk. This time not that ridiculously quick scout, by the way, for Jim. We will see, man. I think it's kind of hard to make predictions right now, so I'm just going to let myself be surprised.
Yeah. Gateway just finishing up, and yep, there it is. There's the Reaper that we were talking about. So aLive with a small variation here. He's going to go ahead and start up his orbital. Still mining a little bit of gas, so we'll see if he...
Yeah, actually with all 3 SCVs, so that probably means that he's going to try to drop a factory really damn quick as well, unless he just wants to get 50 gas for the reactor, but it doesn't seem like it. aLive has a lot of transitions out of the Reaper opening. Sometimes you see him drop down the command center immediately, sometimes he gets a factory as soon as possible, sometimes it's just 2 Rexes down and then he gets the factory. Of course, 1 Rex into factory and then into an expand. It's a little bit risky. You're thinking really aggressively, but it can be hard to defend any kind of pushes.
It's like aLive taking a page out of Polt's book here, dropping the eBay behind the Reaper opening, so it's going to be a little frustrating for this Zealot to deal with. He'll have to contend with both the Reaper DPS and the fact that Engineering Bay has so many hit points.
But even in that case, I still think it's worth it, because of course this is not the most economic opening there is for aLive. Okay, they're going to drop the reactor, so it's not too bad. It's going to get the command center right now, but the Nexus could have been down a little bit quicker. This is a minor investment, but delays the Protoss quite a bit.
And Reaper's just going to try to zip out of there. And it hasn't seen much yet, just the normal things. Zealot, Mothership Core, Stalker.
Jim is mining a lot of gas actually, but he has 16 probes on his minerals already, so this might just be on purpose. Has plenty of money, he's going to drop the Nexus ASAP. And of course see how aLive is going to follow this up. Sometimes he goes greedy mode and he just drops the factory immediately. He's going to get another engineering bay. That's a really quick engineering bay.
Oh, Jim doing something with that gas, Kev. That's a fast Twilight Council. In the back of the main base, and immediately makes me think of some of his previous PVTs where he played
Dark Templar drop.
Exactly.
Yeah, against Polt. He tried that on Newkirk City earlier this tournament. It was a pretty cool build, but Polt, fortunately for Polt, went triple orbital. So that means that he had a lot of additional scans. And even though Jim's DT spread was pretty smart throughout the entire base, and we can see aLive playing it rather safe, by the way. He's just getting a really quick +1, but still throws down the 2 Rexes before doing anything funky with that additional gas that he had. I think it's a pretty strong build. We see the robotics facility going down now as well, Ben, so it might be DT drop. Yep.
Could be, might be, maybe, and there's the Dark Shrine. I think that is now, in fact, probably.
Oh, this one Reaper, man, could be an MVP Reaper.
Mothership Core sees him. Is there anything else out that can kill that Reaper?
There
Where's
is
the
2 Stalkers over here. They're going to say hello, high-five him mid-air. Oh.
Get out of my base.
Maybe if he still had his eyes on this point. But I always have the feeling that the Reaper loses his eyes first. It's kind of weird.
Well, the Stalkers aim for the eyes. That's the key.
Auto headshot. Do you think the Stalkers are cheating, man? Do you think they have aimbot?
Probably.
Stalkers do not really miss, unless they shoot other Stalkers. That's kind of weird.
Well, I mean...
or you face a roach who borrows. In that case, it's possible as well. No missile turrets up yet. Every now and then you see Terran at least throw down 1 missile turret in the front, but... Oh, actually, there is a missile turret in production. Where is it, Ben?
It is in
over here.
Natural Mineral Line.
Which is pretty good. Should give at least vision of this entire area, but will not cover the ramp. The ramp is a little too far away. Of course, I hope for Jim that he doesn't fly his Warp Prism into the Prism. That would not be a good way to use your Warp Prism.
The Warp Prism is on the way out, and there's nothing on the map for aLive to spot it. So there's a good chance that Jim surprises aLive with these initial Dark Templar.
And this is also not the triple orbital build like we saw the other game where Paul, this third orbital, just finished up, which just means that he A, has more scans, and B, energy regenerates quicker as well. Or like he will get energy a little bit quicker, so he's going to have more scans, even if he needs a few additional scans. This could get really tricky for aLive. He does have this supply depot. This could be very important. But if Jim is able to unload 2 Dark Templars immediately, and he's going to warp in right now, so that is definitely the case, I think he's going to be able to be very, very annoying with this. And if he gets roughly 10 to 12 SUV kills, it's going to be more than worth it for him.
Now, aLive has 2 scans right now. And is going to...
don't focus the depot.
Immediately starts building a missile turret, of course.
So first scan is going to go down.
Yep. Oh, this Dark Templar might actually avoid this first scan. Wow, he gets out of the range of the scan! Oh, man, bad luck. Brian, the Dark Templar.
How did that happen?
Jim refused to hit hold position, and he ended up getting messed up. Now the turret is completed in the main base. The other DT went down to the natural.
Wow.
8 kills already, and
a couple of them were Marines, though, but still, one more Dark Templar being unloaded.
Chopped him in half. And now he's going to continue to run a rampage through the natural mineral line, and aLive is not doing a good job of dealing with this because there's another DT in the main base, so massive damage being dealt here by this Dark Templar.
Wow.
Just a great opening for Jim, it has to be said. He's now leading 49 probes to 30 SCVs.
Missile turret even almost went down. 12 SCVs killed. That's the... Ironically enough, the number I mentioned before. I think that was really, really good.
I think Jim might be a Jimja. It's like a ninja. Just named Jim.
Not feeling it.
No.
Next time.
Next time.
Keep trying, Ben. You're pretty funny. He's going to work on his tech lab right now.
His units are Jim visible.
One more scan going down. And these scans are actually really expensive scans right now for aLive. Because normally, 20 SCVs is a lot though. But even when the Terran is down 20 SCVs, you're like, well, he has mules and stuff. He can still rely on that. If you don't have those mules, because you are forced to scan and waste additional scans, you're not going to be able to catch up. And Jim is going to be able to cut the build away. First Colossus in production as well. 6 gates going down behind this. And double forge. Jim doesn't mess around.
I love that. I love that choice from Jim to just immediately supercharge the production. aLive has got to be so incredibly careful not to take any more damage. He has stabilized, but I'm going to say just barely.
Yeah. Army Supply shows it right now. There's a small lead for aLive, but that doesn't mean you can just march across the map. There is a mothership core out on the map. There's the first Colossus, and above all, there are a lot of gateways. You can always warp in additional sentries. Oh.
It's away.
Got 3 zealots in it as well. So kind of precious cargo. But also not something you won't be able to replace.
They can always come back as immortals.
Charge being researched now as well. There are 2 medevacs out on the map, I believe, for aLive. No, just a single one. I do not think that aLive is going to be able to do something here. These observers are making sure they see everything right. Like this observer is like, I don't trust you anymore, man.
Big warp in the main base. I think the prism might go down. It does. So Jim is applying a little bit of counter pressure. Zealots and that DT. The DT is the precious cargo. aLive immediately focuses it down. Very well done. Meanwhile, on the other front, we've got 2 Colossi out. There are some sentries, pretty good force fields, and if the Colossi micro just a little bit, that's going to be another good win for Jim. Very well done.
Very well done indeed. Jim still 24 workers ahead, and he's still just playing against a 2-base Terran. There is no third command center. I think aLive is just going to try to muster out as many barracks units as possible. 2 for the price of 1. But I mean, Jim should not take a lot of damage from these drops. He has plenty of production behind it. And Arkham to snipe down medevacs, If you can afford it, why not, Ben?
Yeah.
Why does Jim always have 2 of something in a place where he only needs 1?
A little bit OCD.
Well, that's a little bit risky. This class is like, I see.
Hey, get out of here.
Don't make me use his laser. It's gonna hurt. Man, Jim has a surprising amount of gates and a surprising low amount of gateway units.
He's also got a surprisingly low amount of money. I guess he's investing it all in infrastructure. He did just drop a Nexus, a couple of
Army Supply is actually sort of close right now, and it still, of course, doesn't mean that aLive is doing good, because Jim is still in an absolutely fantastic position. But if he ends up somehow miscontrolling his Colossus, like if you just right-click, one right-click could actually cost him the game. He doesn't have Turbulence yet either, so he's going to need to drop some force shoots as well. I love this Observer. I would have loved it even more if it was on patrol, so he sees a little bit more, but it's good enough for now.
Warp Prism is spotted, but will it be taken down? Looks like it's taking a good line through the hills, and aLive not able to give chase. Jim in a fine position, it seems. He's up to 140 supply over aLive's 100. aLive has he even started a third command center?
No.
So aLive is essentially all in off 2 bits.
I guess he's just going to pull
Oh, no,
SCPs.
he does. He has 3 CCs.
Ah, okay. Just the third command center just finished up.
Yeah.
But still, he's down 40 supply already. This is not a phase in the game where Terran is supposed to be down 40 supply. Upgrade-wise, he's a little bit behind as well. We can see +2 for Jim is already more than halfway through. aLive just starting his. Blink being researched now as well. Charge is already done. Of course, massive upgrade. And it's so nice to have the DT Shrine out. Because on any given moment, he can still decide to warp in a couple of Dark Templars and be as annoying as possible.
I also really like using DTs as drop defense. Forcing Terran to invest more than just a couple units if they want to do damage. They also have to use the scan.
Templar Archives is about to finish up. It's going to make it even harder for aLive to drop Jim. Once more, Jim does not have a single cannon behind his mineral lines, or, well, I won't say High Templar, but that would be weird if he got High Templar for the Archive. But still, I think that he's taking a small risk. Perhaps he's so used to relying on Phoenixes and dealing with drops that if he doesn't have them, he's... I mean, sure, the Observer is something, but I still think that a cannon and High Templar, when you're in a position like this, when you have 1100 minerals, I do not think that it's an overcommitment to get a cannon per mineral line.
There's a very large Terran drop just kind of parked in the 12 o'clock. One medevac goes down, so I guess aLive was trying to set up the double drop.
Oh, he has one cannon over here.
Oh, that is so smooth. Uses a scan to kill off the Observer, and that's going to mean this drop is not spotted. Wow. That's going to mean the Templar Archives is going to get picked off. So nice moves here out of aLive and Jim.
Oh my God, he's getting a lot of probes here as well. Jim is really not handling this correctly.
Reckless with his workers is going to end up losing more than a small handful. And just like that, aLive puts himself right back in this game.
Oh, that was a very successful drop. Very cute move, using the scan to pick up the Observer. aLive dealing a lot of damage. Definitely deserves a round of applause. Oh my God, this is still a very scary army though, man. We have 5 Colossus and there are 2 Vikings. Now before we had 20 Vikings and 1 Colossus survived.
Then
I think now it's safe to say that a couple of Colossus are going to survive. Once more, we can see aLive trying to drop. I think that's very smart because he will be able to deal a lot of damage with it. But how on earth is he going to be able to defend his natural or his third base?
Even by my math, I know this is going to be very difficult as Jim walking all the way up into the natural. aLive will drop in the back of Jim's third base. It might even end up killing that third base, but can he deal with this army?
At what cost, man?
At what cost, indeed. The Colossi just obliterate the bio. The Viking count is not high enough. Great blinking by Jim. Gets right underneath the Vikings and kills what little anti-air there was out on the map. And that's it. GG. Just like